Good morning, children. Today in this class, we are going to discuss the same topic, agriculture. Last class, we have been discussing about the major crops. Major crops we have been started. Before that, we have discussed about methods of agriculture. What methods we have used for cultivation of different crops in the country, that is primitive subsistensive and commercial crops, right children, that we have discussed. Later on we started with, that is the major crops, that is rice and wheat we had discussed. As you know children, rice and wheat are the most important cereal crops of India. The paddy and wheat are the most important staple food crop of India. Rice is the most important staple food crop of India, and wheat is the second most important staple food crop of India. The climatic conditions, what geographical conditions required for these two crops we have discussed. I'll repeat once again. This is very important question, children. Rice, which is the most important staple food crop of India, and what geographical conditions required for cultivation of this crop, and mention its producing states. Clear that already we have discussed this. So rice is the most important staple food crop of India. It requires high temperatures. It requires 25 degrees centigrade, and the annual rainfall must be 100 centimeters to 150 centimeters. Especially while growing time, always water should be saturated. So rainfall must be 100 to 150 centimeters. And it grows well in alluvial soils. As we discussed, these soils can be identified all the coastal belt, all the delta regions, or you can say coastal belt. And rice producing states in the country are Assam, West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, even Punjab as well as Haryana also. Clear? And India is the second largest producer. India is the second largest producer of rice in the world markets. The first one is China. China is the largest producer of rice in the world markets. After China, India stood in second place. And here, rice also is seen. Particularly if you take Orissa state, they people grown in different varieties. Different varieties of rice will be grown in the coastal belt. Here, the first one is As. As is the one type of rice which will be grown in Orissa belt. Second one is Aman. First one is As, and second one is Aman, and third one is Baul. These are the three varieties of rice. Then coming to the second one, wheat. Already we have discussed. Wheat is the second most important staple food crop of India. It is a Rabi crop. Here, wheat is a Rabi crop. It will be well grown in cool growing season and bright sunshine required at the time of ripening. It needs 50 to 75 centimeters rainfall, and the soil will be fertile soil. These are the climatic conditions required for wheat. If you see wheat growing states, wheat producing states in India, the leading states are Punjab and Haryana. They are the two leading states. Maximum production comes from the country. Punjab, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan. North and northwestern region is familiar to produce this crop, wheat. Also we have discussed these two are the most important major crops. We will get to the next. Next come to the third one is millets. Millets includes jowar, bajra and ragi. We take one is that is these three are considered as millets. Jowar, bajra, ragi are called as millets. These are considered as coarse grains. These are considered as coarse grains. It will be grown in dry regions. Little amount of rainfall is required and temperature must be moderate. Particularly if you take jowar here, third most important food crop of India after the rice and wheat. Third most important staple food crop of India is jowar. Maharashtra is the leading producing of jowar in the country, followed by Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. These are the leading producing of jowar. So Maharashtra is the leading. Next one. Maharashtra is the leading state. Maximum production comes here, followed by Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. And come to second one is bajra. Bajra. And this will be grown in western belt, especially if you take Rajasthan is the leading producing of bajra in the country, followed by Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. These are the leading producer of bajra in the country. Next one is ragi. All these three, jowar, bajra, ragi, considered as coarse grains. If you take ragi well grown in various type of soils. It will be well grown in various black, red, yellow and loamy sandy soils. Such places this can be grown. Here the Karnataka is the leading. Karnataka is the leading producing of ragi in the country. This crop leads to contain iron and calcium. Leads to contains iron and calcium and other micronutrients. And if it is a roughage, so these crops well grown in Karnataka, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, in Himachal Pradesh, Sikkim, etc. So Maxim is the leading producer of ragi in the country is Karnataka. Here take Bajra, Rajasthan, whereas ragi, Karnataka. Karnataka is the leading producer of ragi in the country. These three will consider as a coarse grains. That is Jowar, Bajra and ragi. And come to next one, fourth one is maize. Fourth one is maize. Maize is another important crop. It is a food crop as well as powder crop. Maize is a food crop as well as it is a powdery crop. It will be grown in the dry regions. It requires always the temperature must be 25 degrees centigrade. Rainfall 75 centimeters. As I said, it requires old alluvial soils. It requires old alluvial soils. High temperature, that is 21 to 25. Rainfall must be 75 centimeters and old alluvial soils favorable to cultivate this crop is maize. Now coming to the maize growing states. Maize growing states in India are yes. Maize growing state: Maharashtra, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, Sikkim and Uttarakhand. These are the main states produce the maize. These are the major crops: rice, wheat, millets, maize. After maize, come to the next one is pulses. Pulses. As you children, pulses also crop. Pulses will be grown in the dry regions where these crops requires little rainfall, little moisture. Requires little moisture. More water facilities not required. The pulses grown in the dry regions, dry places, little moisture is required to grow these crops. Such as, for example, if you take pulses such as tur, means arhar, urud, moong, masoor, peas and gram. These are pulses. Name the pulses. One is tur. Tur means arhar, moong, masoor, peas, gram. These are all the considered as a pulses. All these crops will be grown in dry regions. All these places will be grown in dry regions. And these pulses contains best proteins and and vegetarian diet. These pulses use protein and best vegetarian diet. These pulses also can be considered as leguminous crops. These pulses can be considered as leguminous crops because these crops hold the soil fertility by fixing the nitrogen from the air, except arhar. Therefore, these crops, pulses, can be considered leguminous crops. Which crops can be considered as leguminous crops? Pulses. What are pulses? Examples: tur, moong, masoor, gram, and peas. But here, these pulses will be grown in both the seasons. Kharif season also as well as Rabi season also. Clear? Yes. India is the largest producer of pulses in the world markets. India is the largest producer of pulses in the world markets. Next, come to after pulses. Other than the food crops, you will take sugar cane. You will take it. Other than the food crop, the best example you will take is the sugar cane. Sugar cane is a tropical and subtropical plant. It will be grown in tropical and subtropical region. It requires 21 to 27 degrees centigrade. It needs, that means high temperatures between 21 to 27 degrees centigrade, and rainfall must be heavy. That is more than 75 centimeters. The type of soil is variety of soil, varied soil. It will be well grown in different type of soils in different regions. Sugarcane is a tropical and subtropical plant. It needs high temperature and needs heavy rainfall and grown in variety of soils. It's grown in variety of soils. The source of main sugarcane, the main source of sugarcane is, number one is ghar. Take as a ghar. Ghar means what? It is jaggery. The main source of sugarcane is ghar, jaggery. And second one is sugar, kandasari, and molasses. These are the various raw materials which we can obtain from sugarcane. You can get from the sugarcane. Sugar, jaggery, molasses, and kandasari. These are the raw materials which we can obtain from the sugarcane. Now children, come to the sugar growing states in India. Sugarcane growing state in India. The first one is Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Bihar, Punjab as well as Haryana. These are the leading states, leading producer of sugarcane in India. Sugar growing states in India are, number one is Uttar Pradesh, UP, next one is Maharashtra, next Karnataka, next AP, next Tamil Nadu, next Bihar, Punjab and Haryana. These are the leading producer of sugarcane in the country. Leading producer of sugarcane in the country. Name the leading producer of sugarcane in the country. Uttar Pradesh, the leading state. Maximum production comes from Uttar Pradesh, followed by Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Bihar, Punjab and Haryana. These are the leading producer of sugarcane in the country. If we see the worldwide, Brazil is the leading producer of sugarcane in the world. Brazil is the leading producer of sugarcane in the world markets. India stood in second place. India stood in second place. India stood in second place. Sugarcane. So major crops here: rice, wheat, millets and maize, pulses, sugarcane. Even after sugarcane, next come to here, one more here. Second one, next one is oil seeds. Oil seeds. Of course, these oil seeds can be grown in the different seasons. Kharif season also, as well as Rabi season also. Variety of oil seeds can grow in both Kharif season as well as Rabi season. You see, the example of oil seeds, example to take, yes. So the examples of oil seeds is groundnut, linseed, mustard, cotton seeds, soybean, custard. These are all the variety of oil seeds grown in both Rabi season also as well as Kharif season also. Except linseed, most of them are edible oils as cooking mediums. All these edible oils can be used for cooking mediums. Most of these edible oils can be used for cooking mediums, for cooking purpose. We have been using groundnut, linseed, soybean. Varieties of oils can be used for cooking. Therefore, you can say oils. All the edible oils can be used for cooking mediums. At the same time, here, children, there are uses, three important uses of oils. You can say uses of oils. What are the uses of oils? These oils can be used mainly for the manufacturing of, for preparation of soaps. Number one is soaps. Number one is preparation of soaps. Oil seeds can be used for preparation of soaps. Variety of soaps as you are using for bathing. 100 people are there, 100 varieties of soaps you have been using, which you like. You give priority for using different soap. The best standard soap is Lifebuoy. I know. Right from beginning, my childhood, till now you have seen the standard soap, Lifebuoy. Children, I think now present days, I don't nobody is using Lifebuoy. Am I right? No, yes, some of them are using, yes. But the standard soap, yes. So, oils can be used for preparation of soaps. Number one is soaps. Not only these oils are using for preparation of soaps, and this can be used for preparation of ointments. Second one is ointment, yes. Ointment, yes. That is the second use, second advantage, yes. One is, these oils can be used for preparation of soaps. These oils can be used for preparation of ointments. And third one is, oils can be used for even cosmetics. These oils also can be used for cosmetics. That is third one. Cosmetics, yes. These are the main uses of oils. These are the main uses, advantages of oils, merits of oils. Thank you.